Hey guys, it is Wednesday and it is time for current events. Now, it is currently 73 here. We're at an expected 76 with a real feel of 81. A little hot for me. But hey, at least it's not 90 something. Now, I'm going over here to Google some articles. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but US-backed Venezuela opposition caught embezzling humanitarian cash. Their backed Venezuela opposition stole. Can you imagine that one? Yeah, actually, I kind of predicted that's what was going to happen in the long run. Anyway. I mean, I'm not surprised. And I'm going to give you guys a link to the guy from Last American Vagabond. He is fantastic, and he covers these things quite thoroughly. This is what he was talking about. And I found that article on RT, of course, because our mainstream media is not going to cover it. The U.S. has given $213 million in humanitarian aid to Guaido so far. Pence boasted, left unanswered how much of that ended up lining the pockets of his aide or was spent on hotels, cars, booze, trinkets across Colombia, including cowgirls. Let's face it. Anyway, that money was supposed to have gone to the soldiers for defecting from Maduro and siding with Guaido. So they're trying to build up his military power, and it backfired. Not only did these soldiers not get the money they were promised, their kids were examined by doctors and found to be severely malnourished. Guaido, however, does not seem to be malnourished. He seems to be quite the fat cat there. It's outrageous. Okay, now let me see. U.S. Navy claims to have found mine fragments, magnetic pointing to Iran in oil tanker attack. Now remember, this is a Japanese tanker. What would Iran have to gain by attacking a Japanese oil tanker and then rescuing people? That makes zero sense at all. And they did rescue some of the guys on the board that ship, okay? Tanker ship, whatever. President Putin's, somebody from his staff, I think he was one actually that reached out to the President Romani of Iran and thanked him for rescuing the Russian nationals on this tanker. Because again, what would Iran have to gain by detaining people who were committing no crime whatsoever against Iran? Well, let's see. They would have had the Antonio Zaf moving around in the kitchen. That's what I looked over for. They will have the fury of Russia to gain by taking Russian nationals hostage. That is what they would gain. That's it. And just clean it. There's an orange one in there that is clean. Back to this. Oh, good. I just got up. So, yeah, this is something I've been thinking about hard. And there's a video. Now, we've all seen the video, the grainy black and white video, that shows absolutely nothing but a hole in the side of a tanker. Indents in a tanker with handprints. Well, those handprints, from what I could tell, would be made if they were doing maintenance work on the tanker. I'm not completely convinced anything actually happened. It's just another Gulf of Tonka scenario where the ship commander thought he was under fire, but it ended up being when the motors went out on him. So yeah, that's more or less the situation, I think. Now, U.S. to send 1,000 more troops to counter Iran, as Pentagon releases new photographs of tanker. Again, they're not really proving nothing. There's nothing here that I would ever take to court for a conviction. Okay? There's nothing. There's a hole that could be made by anything. I just don't see anything that convinces me 100% that they did this, or even anything actually occurred. However, here's the next article. Report: U.S. planning massive airstrike on an Iranian facility. That, that sounds about like them. Jump the gun. Don't even think. Just go. What the hell? And I do believe the guy's name is Ryan from Last American Vagabond. We were talking about the Maine. The Maine was sunk. I can't remember what year it was. Out in the Atlantic, not far from Spain. What would have been Spanish waters. And it was always as guesstimated that it was Spain did it. I mean, there was headlines. Remember the Maine, to hell with Spain. Well, this is a typical Edward Bernays deal here. You insert a name, you insert the crime, you insert some kind of catchphrase. That was his template, if you will. Don't think, just jump. Don't look at the cliff or the hole beneath it. Just jump. Now, Iran says it dismantled a U.S. cyber espionage network. I'm not surprised. I mean, goodness. We've already turned our country upside down twice in the last millennium, in the 1950s and 70s. So, why not go for broke? I guess I figured. Anyway, what they did, the outcome of this was that they exposed many CIA agents to other countries that they were trying to, ironically enough, turn upside down and turn it inside out. They were all arrested. So, according to the New York Times, the U.S. escalates online attacks on Russia's power grid. Well, my advice is Russia has changed the codes. Let's see. And here's another thing. Going to another article that New York Times did, Trump has no clue of what is going on. Because people like Bolton, Pompeo, they're keeping him in the dark. Well, that's not uncommon for the sake of plausible deniability, in which the president would be able to deny that he knew anything about something. But come on, people. Really? And of course, Trump called this fake news. Of course. It's not fake news. It's very real. They don't trust him. And with all honesty, if a war broke out right now, around election time with Iran.
Aren't you already in a war with them?
Well, we're in what's called a pissing contest. Who can see the piss the furthest? But other than that, no. Not yet. And the same with Maduro. It's a pissing contest. Nothing more.
Or a wiener contest. Who has longer?
Yeah, bigger one. Yeah. I can't argue with that analysis, really. Anyway, I'm going to leave you links to the articles I referenced, along with Brian's video, and go check it out. And after that, feel free to let me know what you think. See you later.